What's going on, everyone? Well, we're out here again in the garage, messing with the auction El Camino. As you can see, I got the other head put on today. The one that was pulled off. I had to take it over to my buddy's place yesterday because, oh, come on, focus. This, uh, the hole, for the manifold, one of the manifold bolts was broke off in one of the holes. So I had to take it over to my buddy, and he tried multiple times to he weld a nut on and try to crank it out, and that didn't work. It kept breaking. And so finally, what he ended up doing was he took a torch and ended up melting the bolt out of its hole. So that's good to go now. But anyways, I was trying to figure out, because there's this one back here. When I got this engine, that stud the top of it was broke. I actually have it. This one here. The stud. The top of it was busted off inside of the rocker nut, whatever you want to call that thing. So I took the stud out of the head of my other 454 I have. I bought it in an auction. I guess it's a parts engine now. But anyways, yeah, so I replaced that stud. Well, I went to put, I was setting the rods in place, so these were all tight. I loosened them all, and another one, this one here, the top broke off of it. So I was like, what in the world's going on? And I know it's got these heavy-duty springs. I thought, well, maybe the springs are too big. It's, putting way too much pressure on the studs, because they're just stock factory studs. They're not ARP studs or anything. So I was like, well, maybe that's not right. But I mean, it shouldn't matter. These springs, they shouldn't be putting that much pressure on, to the point where that's going to snap the top of the stud off. That doesn't make much sense. But what I think happened, I'm getting to look at this a little better. I don't know if you can see. Oh yeah, on this one here, all these marks here, all those little marks, where I think, that's where the rod was hitting out of its hole. It wasn't hitting, where it's supposed to set. So I think what may have happened is whoever set these rockers did not do it right. You're supposed to, well, the way I was taught to do it was stick a screwdriver in the spark plug hole and crank the engine over and feel, for it to come up, and then that's where you want to set your rockers. And you got to do that with each one. And I'm guessing whoever set these didn't do that. They just went ahead and just set them all wherever they were. And that's not the right way to do it. So I think the reason that all these marks are on here, this isn't the only one. There's quite a few of these that are like that. And this side, I don't know. I'm gonna have to take a look at this side too. But anyways, I think that's why I was doing that, because the rods are not hitting where they're supposed to, and obviously this one in the back was broke already when I got the car. And then this is the other one that broke when I loosened these up. It broke off inside of the nut. So yeah, that's what I'm dealing with right now. So I'm gonna have to go through and on both sides, go through them all, make sure that they're all set correctly, so that doesn't happen again. And then I'll be able to put the intake on and start hooking everything up that's been unhooked. It's just about everything. And I'll do, of course, I'll do another video and first start, and hopefully don't have any other issues. Let's say I really don't know anything about the motor, the build. It looks like fresh build. This engine's super clean. I didn't wipe any of this out, nothing. It's really clean. And this head, the head gasket that was on this head, of course I replaced it, but the one that was on there looked brand new. Like, it didn't look very old. Let's say I don't know who built it, how long ago, how many hours are on it, how many hours it's been ran, anything. So I'm hoping that that's the only flaw, is the rockers weren't set correctly. But we'll just have to see. We'll have to get it all together and fire it up, and hopefully things will be good. And one other thing I was messing with is, I knew when I got this, you could see all in the frame where these tires, it's got these Camino IROC rims, and they're pretty wide. The tires that are on them are pretty wide anyways, and they've been rubbing on the frame. Like, when this wheel is on the car, it's right up, like it's touching the frame. And so I took it off because I found a couple spacers, these little spacers, inside the car when I got it. I was going through it, and I was like, well, I need to put those spacers on. And so I took the wheel off and discovered that there's already spacers on it. And even with those, it's not helping. And the other issue is the lug nuts. With this spacer on, and then when you put the wheel on, there's not very much thread left sticking out. And that's not a good thing either. So what I'm probably going to end up having to do is I'm going to have to get longer studs and replace them all, so I can use these rims, or wheels, rims and tire, because I do like these rims. I think they look good on the car. Show you the front one here. I think it looks pretty good on there. So that's one other thing I'm going to have to deal with. So that's it for this one. Just a quick update on what's going on, what I'm dealing with. Of course, smash that like button and don't forget to subscribe, and have a good one.